And we are back with the Phoenix Wright Justice for All marathon.
We're gonna do the last trial of this episode, which
Yes!
is so boring.
Good.
It's boring as crap, man. And I'm sorry if I didn't put the names like in the beginning of the other video. I kind of forgot.
Well, now you won't forget because you just said it.
Yep.
Good morning, Max.
Good morning to you. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Oh God.
Good service, Maxie.
Go back to the circus!
Here, have a glass of milk.
Go back to Barbie World.
Regina!
How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did. Mom told me that I should come and watch this.
Oh, said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, you know. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you.
get out of my show. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Oh, top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning? I'm not a governor. What are you saying? The ticket attacking today starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm. But then again, words lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Well, apparently everyone is gonna be milk.
Oh my, thank you. So, how are you today, right? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against a real criminal. You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. Excuse me.
Where are you going on to then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we'll rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro's end to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. And she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Wow, he really believes in Maya's logic, apparently. December 30, 10 a.m. District Court Room number 2. Yeah, who cares?
What Maya's logic? What are you talking about?
She said that didn't believe in stars as well.
No, she said, what do you mean I wouldn't believe in such thing?
Oh, well.
That's what she said. Well, you have such a great memory.
The court needs no instruction. The trial of Maximilian Galactica. Max Galactica. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, the prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Montgomery. You may proceed with your case and start an opening session, damn it!
The prosecution would like to revise the previous theory of events, the one that you just complained about, Mr. Phoenix, right? Wait, no, I mean this one.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to revision, we are prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. The explanation to the prosecutor will be pleasant if he need to arise. In fact, my detectives stay all up creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Poor gumshoe.
Poor gumshoe indeed.
Well, very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or should I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Oh, ho, ho,
I see
not
what you
funny.
get there, Phoenix, really.
It was not funny.
Hey, a bluebird.
Name and occupation. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm enjoying and as an acrobat at the very big circus. Where were you at the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look in the map, you see the witness room is near the crime scene. My room is the third floor, the crime scene below my window. The night of the crime is the witness of something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay.
Okay, what you witnessed?
It was just after 10 PM, and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thwomp noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I knew someone from behind, but that's who he looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
Alright. This witness testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there is a very prosecution need to head. All that's left is to explain how the defendants appear into the sky that night.
Hold it right there.
Hold it!
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
Foolish choice by a foolish fool, who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man no proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edwards.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination then.
Indeed.
Well, you heard RC sarcasm, we know what to press.
Exactly. Now, if he saw from behind...
Then how in the world could he see him?
Yeah,
Literally.
how can he see his face? He was with his back turned, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, so press this part.
The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window.
The safety lights are in little things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the symbols outside my window. It was a person back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cold wrapping around his body. I'm convinced that person I saw was Max of Galactica.
The more I pressed him, the less result I seemed to get. Maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony? Yes, there is a contradiction here.
There is a total contradiction here.
There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection!
Oh, great.
If there is a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
My pleasure. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? Obviously.
The silk hat, because he saw the silk hat, but the silk hat was found in the scene of crime. So how come the silk hat was found in the scene of crime if he had the hat? So present to justice.
Take that, you silly bastard, and some rain here. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw Max's hat as we flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state I am in. Just looking outside of the window was tough enough to challenge me for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Interesting.
Not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Yeah!
Order!
Objection!
There's always someone has to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, right? What will cause this witness to be during this court today? Acro is the real culprit.
Yes, because, you know, that's the most obvious thing.
Your Honor,
Let's blame him.
on this occasion the defense accuses Acro himself.
Yeah! On this occasion...
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. What is he talking about? I don't know. Use the internet! Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try and grab the audience's hearts and minds.
Exclamation points.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be sworn by theatricals or whatever. Theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
No, really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness.
He's so calm.
So happy. Wait now. He's calm enough for almost to be scary.
He is staying rather calm and collected. Why is this bird attacking me? He's using peck! Damn it! Oh wait, Pokemon, sorry. Mr. Diggling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I hope Wright is not a flying Pokemon.
No, he's not.
Or a bug. Don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone to leave the logging house.
That's true.
I understand Mr. Wright. He's just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things.
Oh crap.
See, even a silver common sense is clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man!
Phoenix is a poopy head!
That's the funniest line.
See that, Mr. Wright? I knew you were always a poopy head.
Well,
If you're trying to draw my support from a peanut, Gary, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got the doctor note to confirm Akko's unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning marking the claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Akko is an accomplice.
what do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
No, I'm not gonna fall for that. Of course he didn't.
Jesus.
Now then, this must be when you will hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Fawn Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Oh my god!
Use the internet again! Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then the eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clean something up for me. When the crime is committed, exactly when was Mr. Dingley in his room?
Yes. As soon as I can press it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Fuck it. I'll
He
flash
was
it.
obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room? Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the logging house all by himself. There's only one answer to that. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
Aha. What are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Diggling? I'm calm.
And I have bursts.
And dots.
And dots. It's interesting theory.
That's it?
Considering that you propose impossible, yes, that's it. Mobile, yeah.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, you're certain it's impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene of the... to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was squarely spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mel said that he saw Max, didn't he?
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
But why? Do you mind if I ask you a question, Mr. Wright?
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I kill him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear the Max costume.
How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Buffet. Anyways, be careful, Nick. If you mess it up here.
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've gotta give this one some serious thought. Sure that I could kill the Ringmaster. He killed the Ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it. I didn't like this. That's how Mr. Diggling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Presenting evidence.
Yes.
I'm going to present some evidence. So, what did Mr. Diggling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry? It has to be something heavy. Something like, I don't know, a bust, I think?
Maybe.
It's the picture... No, the other one, Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for putting freaking same pictures that look like the exact same.
Take that! Anyway. What's that? The picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
What item? I only see gray.
Oh.
Seriously, they couldn't put that better? I mean, come on.
Bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy.
At least they fixed that in the Apollo Justice and stuff. Heavy.
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Yeah, as we know, we don't have actually the murder weapon, so I guess we can fabricate it. Haha.
See, this is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster, with the force of gravity of Mexican Galacticus Apple bust.
Aha!
And that you see the name.
Hey, that's my line.
Then your wheelchair! Order! So you say the bus fell to the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy.
Objection!
And yes.
How could you possibly a wheelchair with that something heavy? It's impossible.
Objection, ping pong time.
Haha.
Well, Acro is an acrobat.
Haha, acrobat.
He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bus. Mr. Diggling, how do you respond to these charges?
I responded my birds running away. Well, Acro is at what's the worst?
He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from things this time. Ah!
I did watch what you say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is the material to this case. I demand with proper testimony for the witness himself.
Testimony, you say? Oh, Karma. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time, and I object you back.
Aha.
There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Aha.
Objection!
The defense has the version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense objection is overruled.
Again.
Can't he see things my way once in a while?
Well, because...
You have no logic.
Yeah.
Mr. Diggling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problem, however, was all respectful towards him. Thank you.
Ah, that woman will sink to any load when a case. Alright.
Okay then.
Active physical state.
I suppose I could have lifted something in the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, only my legs were injured. However, lifting a bust and working out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted, you know the word, that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop a bust on him. Don't you think?
Alright. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and carry it over to the window. Not to mention that he could have not known the location of the ringmaster head. A single false step would have led even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? Gods. I still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
It's simply stalling. It's simple, really.
I can't let her get to me. Gotta focus. Focus. Focus like the Karate Kid guy. Focus. Alright, so we have to press one statement here.
Yes, what is it?
That's the fifth statement, which means that makes it impossible for me to have the location of the ringmaster's head.
But there's a way, actually.
This one. Not this one. Yes, this one. Makes it impossible for me to remember. Yeah, exactly. Why do you say it would be impossible?
Allow me to explain. You were said this if I was carrying the bus. I couldn't see below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head.
Well, I suppose you got a point.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think sort of like this. See what I did there? No.
With a black screen.
If I knew the location of the ringmaster head, then he would drop his bust.
That doesn't make sense. Only I could prove somehow. Well, there's actually a way to do that. That girl knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down.
You probably didn't need to press that. It's just for
It's just to give you a hint, actually.
I think I have already explained things successfully.
Yes, to give us a hint, thank you. Go back. We have to present something.
Yes, that's actually, I believe there's two things we can present.
But let's present the one that's the most obvious.
Okay, the first thing is the wooden box, and the other thing is the crime picture, as you see the box there. But let's present the box.
Find it. Oh, wait. Objection! Objection, I say.
That's my line! She just stop
You're not even saying!
Stop saying my lines!
Acro. I'm Phoenix Wright, not you. You didn't really need to lean out of the window.
Well,
did
but
you?
I'm the one with the remote right now, so I'm the one to say it. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You don't even have a driving lesson.
You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. But precisely, I may add.
Objection!
You silly hitting things is pointless, Mr. Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? I just did.
But I did such a good job hitting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. Ta-da! The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found in the hunchover. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the box came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. With a burp.
Yes. You mean?
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
Yeah! Really?
Wow. Oh, see, I did that again! This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends decided to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here, forward, not backwards.
Why you we're always gonna say that, Joe?
So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ah, why?
Allow me to whip some sense into you.
Wow, yeah. Whipping.
The ringmaster head would have been anywhere but with it in the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature, and that is...
Is 8.
Exactly the weight. The box has a remarkable weight.
weight?
According to the court report, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body. Wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box is the X in this game.
The box also has carry handles on either side, doesn't it? Why is my phone ringing? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Mumble, 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 mumble.
Yeah.
And birds.
And birds. Attack that man.
Does she even bother listen to me anymore?
I have heard you had to say.
The 3 dots exclamation point.
You must admit I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you drop it? Did you drop the poster to the ringmaster?
What are you talking about? Even if I wanted to do such thing, I couldn't.
What? What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this
Yes,
book?
we do.
I remember like it was yesterday.
Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it?
I'd like to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the logging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I might very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how could I have gotten the bus into the cafeteria to my room?
Mumble, 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 mumble.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there is no accomplice.
Crap.
Does the monkey count as one? Cowards is actually all the witnesses you have carried busing the cafeteria.
Yep. Definitely have a problem here, Houston. But this is no place to get perplexed. Gotta keep my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Well, you gave a hint.
Yes, it was Money the Monkey.
Because... Yeah.
Because yes.
A monkey?
Because shiny, yeah.
Yep.
That's the reason.
Hey, everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. For instance, he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So are you saying that the witness had the monkey steal the bus?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home.
Aha!
Oh? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
Objection!
Objection, I say. But the bus was Brown's, wasn't it? Brown's isn't all that shiny.
I object to my ping pong. Maybe you should put the whip down sometime to read the court record.
So let's read this picture.
My, those are so very nice cards he's holding. Yes, they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Yeah, platinum is actually very, very shiny.
Qua!
Acro! Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? I think it'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room.
3 dots. If he wasn't able to handle himself, I'd be on the market of a new roommate.
What? Oh, see that again! Order! I said order! Miss Mokama! Where is the bus in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens to this case? Well, in that event, something else must have been used as a murder weapon.
Well, oh, maybe this bus was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident.
That's possible. Maybe Acro saw money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact, namely that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!